Okay, so hello. I felt the need to put a video out because I realized that I was staying cooped up inside in front of a screen, and I realized I need adventure, dude. We all need adventure. You know why people get stressed out in life? Because life becomes work instead of play. I forget which lecture it's from, but Alan Watts said that life is play, man. Yeah, we all got responsibilities we gotta do, but then there's other responsibilities that no longer serve us. It's okay to let those go. You know? Like, if you are stressed out and you find yourself indoors, please do yourself a favor. Go outside. I don't care if it's raining. Preferably not if it's hailing or if there's a tornado or anything, but just go outside. It could be anywhere. I'm at the park in my hometown next to the public library and recreation center. I'm just doing pull-ups or whatever. I went a couple laps. Just being outside, that right there is crucial. Getting away from screens as much as you can, you know? Like, just embrace yourself. Play some music. Go for a walk. Play your favorite music. Like, live. Don't just survive. Live out your desires until you're done. Otherwise, you might as well just become a monk and meditate. Because you're done with this plane. This plane is only for one thing. Living out your karmic desires. That's what life is for. It's not to live in fear. You're gonna die anyway. We're all gonna die. As I said before, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. If this is your last day on earth, think about it like that. Holy crap, I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow. What can I do today? Not projects, like what can I get done later on down the road. That's just a neurosis that you don't want your mind to have. Think about, like, what can I do in a day that's gonna make me happy? And it could just be going outside, going for a walk. Yeah. Just live. I need to do this more often. I'm guilty of staying inside too much. Not adventuring. I caught a shiny Pokemon today. It was a surprise. Life is supposed to be a surprise because our soul craves adventure. Our mind, our ego can sometimes hold us back because it is afraid to break free of the chains of conditioning. Whether that conditioning be influenced by society, family, friends, peer pressure, who knows? We are not meant to be conditioned. The second you let conditioning rule over your life, you become a limited being. But you are limitless. Only this body is limited, but you are not this body. You are beyond this body. You're beyond this. You're all of it. All the energy. People are afraid to be themselves. To let yourself shine. Regardless of what other people think of you. Who cares? They're gonna die too. And when you die, negative opinions are gone. You know? It doesn't matter where you come from. Don't let your past define you, because it doesn't. You define you. You want to change? It all starts here. It all starts in here. Not necessarily the ego. You do have to restructure your mind. You have to convince your mind that change is okay if you so desire it to be. You know, like, change is a good thing. Change is necessary for growth. It's necessary to grow. Otherwise, you're not living your life to the fullest. Otherwise, you're letting your mind dictate your actions and you're living by a script. And if that script isn't serving you, it's time to crumple it up like paper, throw it in the trash bin, and write a new one. I'm selling all my figures when I get home. I wrote a list of 12 Pokemon figures I'm keeping. The rest are gone. I'm selling it all because I liked buying figures since I was a little boy. And it brought me joy. They still bring me joy, but now it's gotten to the point where there's only a few that I want to carry with me, that I can put in my backpack, take on my adventures. I prefer Pokemon because they're like my friends. And I like a few favorites like Blastoise, Serperior, Shiny Celebi, Landorus. I used to hate Landorus, but now he's like top 5. Definitely my favorite ground type. I love Lando. But you know, like, my material possessions have enshackled me. They have shackled me to a grave of my own doing. And now it's time to tear it down. Tear down this wall. You know, sell it all. Because when I'm home, I'm like, wow, look at all these cool toys. I'm attached to them. But now that I'm here in the moment, I don't give a crap about any of it. I can let go of all of it because I would trade all of them just to have the freedom to not have to worry about what's going to happen if, you know, blah, 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 blah. Because the more you're attached to that neurosis you have going on in your mind of worrying about your possessions, it's just going to get worse. The less you have to worry about, the more free you are. That's the way I see it. You know, only have the responsibilities that serve you. If they do not serve you, cast them aside. Cast doubt aside. Put faith in God that things are going to turn out okay. You know, life is always full of surprises. And I don't care who your God is. It could be worshiping a tree, you know, or grass, or a lamppost. Imagine if God were a squirrel. And when you die, you're thinking, I'm going to meet this being that, I don't know, looks like Zeus or Poseidon. And you see a giant throne made out of crystals and diamonds and gold and silver. But it's like, it's light. It's not material stuff. And then you go up to the throne and there's just a squirrel chewing on an acorn. And that's God. You know, like, because we don't know. That very well could be God. God could be a squirrel, for all we know. Or maybe he's a raccoon. Who knows? Because God speaks to the animals too. It's not just human beings. All this is God's creation. And he created it not only for us, but for everything. For life. So enjoy it. enjoy your hobbies too. I'm playing Pokemon Go while I'm walking. Yeah, it's a screen. I'll like get on the screen for a little bit, throw it. It's all about balance. You gotta find that balance, but you gotta get outside first to do that. You gotta break free of your mind. Break free of the conditioning. That's what this message is mainly about. Becoming free of conditioning. Think for yourself. Don't let others do it for you. No one knows who's best for you except you. Your intuition, which is different than your ego. Ego is fear, but you know what you want to do deep down inside. And if you don't, you'll figure it out. I know you will. But you got to get rid of all the distractions. You distract yourself because you're hitting that dopamine button in your head. Either because you're afraid to go do what you want to do, or you're just stuck in that conditioning. You know, but we got to break free of it. Because it's going to cause that neurosis to you're going to live a life of misery and woe. And it is better to live a short and happy life than a long life in fear. Living in fear of this, whatever. All this violence going on in the world. You know, I don't care. Like, it's so easy to just cast anger aside when you learn to appreciate how valuable this life is. Even if reincarnation exists, the you are now, this body, these desires, you only have this life to live it out. So go do it. You know? I don't care what they are. You want to be a writer, painter? Throw money out the window. Fear of money and future, throw all that bullcrap out the window. Because fear not for tomorrow. The Bible mentions that. Jesus mentioned that. And if you're a Christian and you follow Jesus, or if you're not, like still, that's good advice. Worrying about tomorrow doesn't matter. You're causing yourself a headache for no reason. It's not up to you anyway. It's up to God or whatever created this whole universe. Regardless of if you like to hear that or not. So worrying about it, and if you have a worrying thought appear in your brain, go outside, meditate or sip some tea, go for a walk. You don't have to hang on to that thought. You can let it go. You can pray to God to take it away. God, I'm giving you all my worries because God's going to take care of you. No matter what, God's going to have your back. Everything you go through, good and bad, there's something in it. There's a reason God wants you to go through that. So you got to have faith. You do. You got to have faith everything is going to be okay. It is true that you can't take this risk. You can't go do this and let go of all these fears without God or believing in a higher power of some sort. You need that. But you have to come to that surrender organically. And I'm imagining if you clicked off this video, you're not at the point of surrendering anyway. But if you're still listening to me now, then subscribe and like this video. And really, please, just give it all to God. Surrender. Because if you made it this far, obviously you're close to the point you've had enough. And you want change. Maybe this video will help you realize it. Well, God bless. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.